Hello. Are you looking for the evidence and analysis you need when writing about the theme of responsibility and blame? Well, look no further. The aim of this video is to provide you with all the information you need to help you achieve the very highest marks when being asked to explore the notion of responsibility or blame in the play An Inspector Calls. All we've done is run through a plethora of key quotes and analysis that you can include. So let's begin. Massively. Public men, Mr. Burling, have responsibility as well as privileges. This declarative sentence is said deliberately with the audience in mind. We all have responsibilities to help others, but those in power, such as the Burlings, have even more responsibility. And this obviously is highlighted through the stage direction massively to indicate its importance. So obviously there's a sense of those who do not act with responsibility will feel that sense of guilt. One Eva Smith has gone, but there are millions and millions and millions of Eva Smiths and John Smiths still left with us, with their lives, their hopes and fears, their suffering and chance of happiness all intertwined with our lives and what we think and say and do. We don't live alone. We are members of one body. We are responsible for each other. And I tell you that a time will come when, if we don't learn that lesson, then they'll be taught it in fire and blood and anguish. Good night. Arguably, this is the most important speech in the play because the monologue highlights Parisi's view that we are all connected and what we do and impacts others. Eva Smith represents the working class, and this therefore alerts the audience that the character may not be one woman, but many people who have been mistreated by the Burlings and the middle class that they represent. Intertwined suggests not only that that our lives are connected, but hints at an organic image that we grow together and therefore die together. It also is reminiscent of an idea of the metaphor of a rope, wherein the more pieces of string you tie together, the stronger it becomes. Fire, blood, and anguish is obviously a reference to two world wars, which the audience of recent performances would have knowledge of. Priest is trying not just to shock the audience through the reference to death and hell, but demonstrate that we have failed to learn our lesson once before and millions died because of it. And the fact we failed to learn that lesson shows that we seem to no longer claim a sense of responsibility for that. Everybody knows about that horrible Almagati. A girl I know had to see him at the town hall one afternoon, and she only escaped with a torn blouse. Priestley highlights that the character is not as innocent as she first seems. This is Sheila, whilst also highlighting that Alderman Magati abuses his power by abusing women. Everybody knows highlights that there are many things which are known which no one acts upon, but without acting upon it, things cannot change. Horrible highlights that the figure acts in a shocking manner, and once again highlights that it is the upper class who are acting in a disgraceful way. I think she only had herself to blame. Just like her husband, the character Mrs. Burling fails to accept the blame for the events in the play. The declarative statement and the personal pronoun create the impression that the opinion is only hers, making the character's viewpoint a minority view to prove that this selfish, capitalist view is a minority viewpoint. A man has to look after his own self and his family too, of course. Burling places himself before his own family, who, due to the hyphen, are loosely attached to his life. This makes the audience less likely to like the character and therefore agree more with the more socialist characters in the play. So there's a great selection of analysis and quotations to support this theme. It's your job now to make sure you write these out in full sentences in your essays. So good luck and well done.